Hey witches, I wanted to come on and talk about Hecate's sacred nights and times. I've had a few questions about this because there's so many dates. So what I did was I looked up all of those dates, well, most of them, the ones I could find anyway. So for the first one, I put the dark moon. I just feel like that's her time. It's when we do Dipnon. So dark moons, definitely. That's a great time to work with Hecate. Full moons also, because she's a goddess. And, if we're doing any sort of goddess invocation or evocation or anything like that, the moon is a great time to do that. So definitely full moons. Also, some people would argue with me and say that the full moon is more of Hecate's moon, but I will disagree with them, but that's okay. Everybody has what resonates with them. So the next one that I put is the day after the dark moon, which is the new moon. It's when you see Diana's bow, that little sliver of moon peeking out, and that's Nominia. And what that is, it starts the new Hellenic month. You can make offerings, release something to Hecate to get new beginnings. So you may do shadow work on this time. Some people find this a good time to do shadow work. Find something that you want to release and give it to Hecate. You can do a petition, leave the petition at a crossroads. You could just do work at her altar, just depending on what you want to do. Some people will even sweep their home and leave the floor sweeps at a crossroads for Hecate. Some people do that on Dipnon too, but Nominia would be kind of a better time to do that because it's when you're releasing something. I just feel like that would be a better time to offer a floor sweep to her, but people do it for different reasons. Some people have dogs, and that's why they do it at Dipnon, but I do not. I have a cat. But anyway, the next one is Saturday nights. We know different deities are associated with different nights and days. Saturday nights are Hecate's. Another time period, like a time during the day, is dusk and at dawn. Okay, because those are the crossroads between day and night. They're transitional times. And she is known as a god, the goddess of transition, and amongst other things. But those are great times to work with her. They're not the only times to work with her, but they're really good times. If you can do Dipnon at dusk, that would be perfect. I've never tried to do it at dawn. I don't know how that would work with the timing and everything, but definitely if you can do Dipnon at dusk, that would be perfect. Okay, some more dates. Okay, you have November 16th, which is Hecate's night, which is Hecate's supper. You would do a big supper, make sure any animals in the house get fed first. That's traditionally what you would do. And then leave her an offering. You can leave it by the front door. You can leave it on her altar. You could even leave it at a crossroads if you want to, but it's known as Hecate's supper. And usually the conversation at these suppers, if you're around like-minded folk, kind of, would talk about death and, just transitioning and things like that, memories of loved ones. Sort of like a Samhain silent supper, but not silent, if that makes sense. November 30th is another one. And some of these are more New Age than others. But this is to celebrate Hecate of the crossroads, transition or change. I will put a link for some rituals from Keeping Her Keys. It's one of the books that I'm currently reading. And she's got lots of rituals on her website that you can do during this time, and they're really great. they're awesome. I plan to do a couple this year. Also, January 31st is a new day. It's a new modern day to worship Hecate. I could not find a lot of reasons why, but that's another one of her sacred days, January 31st. I couldn't find much more information. Let's see what else I've got here. So the next one, this is why I wanted to jump on and get this video done now. The May full moon, which is tonight. We're also having an eclipse. You can look at my videos to see exactly where the eclipse will be, the best vantage points for the eclipse. And I also did a video on eclipse water, so check those out. But for the May full moon is the rite of her sacred fires. So what my husband is doing right now and my daughter are outside. He's gathering some firewood because he is going to be so sweet and set up a bonfire. And I'm going to offer the fire to Hecate. I will, of course, help to build it. He's just getting the manly part done. But you want to light a fire, a bonfire. If you can only do candles, you could do candles, but it's the night of the rite of her sacred fires is for tonight. So if you see this video in time and you can, light a bonfire for Hecate, especially if you're a devotee, she would really appreciate that. So we're going to be doing that here in a little bit. It's about 8:30. It's going to be dark soon, so we're going to try to get out there right at dusk, which is probably here in about 15 minutes. Let's see. And then the last one that I put on here is August 13th. I actually have a friend that was born on August 13th. Lucky bitch. But that's Hecate's night. You can leave offerings for her. And it's a festival of appropriation, which is appeasing. This came from like when people felt like they needed to appease Hecate or else suffer their wrath. But it's kind of changed and morphed into where you're leaving offerings and honoring her. And one of the things where it would be appropriation would be where they used to ask Hecate not to send any nasty storms our way, because it's not documented that well in a lot of the lore, but she is also goddess of storms. Not one of the main ones, but she can also control storms, lightning specifically. So that is what I have for her sacred times and sacred nights. So if you're seeing this in time, even if you can't do it at dusk, that's fine. You can do it anytime this night of May 26th. This is the May full moon this year. If not, you can do it next year. But anytime you can do a bonfire outside and dedicate it to Hecate, she really appreciates that. Because it's not easy work to do a bonfire. And, think about her torches and all that. She's all about the fire. So anyway, that's what I have, guys. And thank you for watching. And happy eclipse, happy flower moon, happy full moon, and happy blood moon. So enjoy tonight. And if you get any really good pictures, please post them to Twitter so I can see them, because I am not directly in the eclipse vantage zone, which sucks. But that's okay. I'm still going to make my water. All right, guys. Blessed be. Bye.